Hello, Grandma and Grandpa.
Hi.
Hi, Emily.
Okay, we have a few questions for you. What is your favorite pastime? What was something you liked to do back in the past?
My favorite, I think, was taking pictures. I had a little brownie camera, box camera, and I was quite young when I started taking pictures, and I've taken them all my life. Okay.
How about you, Grandpa?
Well, my favorite time in the wintertime was, of course, to get out there and in the snow and I finally got a pair of deals I could go on the ice, you know.
Ice skates.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But my favorite thing was going to dances every Saturday with my wife. And other than that, I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah, we did. We went every Saturday.
It's fun. If you could relive any memory, what would it be? If you could go back in time to any place in your life, where would you go?
I would love to have all 4 of my children little for just a little while. That's right.
That's awesome.
Oh, we've had them all. We still do, thank God. Yeah. Our kids have been good, you know. Nobody ever went to jail or the pen or anything like that. They were all great kids. They went through a Lutheran school their whole life except high school. And they went to Lincoln High, of course. And well, they didn't have any trouble making friends with anybody, you know. So, yeah. I don't know if any of the kids our kids have got in a fight with anybody. Do you, Ruth? I don't remember ever getting in a fight with
See, in our bedroom behind the door, we have a 8x10 of each one of the grandkids, 13 of them. And so many times I look at that and I think, say to the picture, I wish you were this little again just for a little while.
Well, it won't be long, we'll be in the right place.
That's right.
That's for sure.
What was it like growing up in the 1930s and 1940s?
Well, all I know is I was going to school, and I was going to a Lutheran school. And all I know is I got out and worked a lot, and gave the money to my mom and dad or whatever, even if my dad was a policeman. And I don't know, I had a lot of friends too, by the way, and some of them later on went out to California and places like that, and a few of them stuck around. I don't know, Ruth, do you?
Well, when in those
used to
years,
hunt,
times
stuff
were
like that.
were rough and you didn't have a whole lot,
Not true.
especially the 30s.
Yeah.
And I know that in the 30s when I was a kid, I had 1 outfit for church, 2 outfits for school, and a couple outfits to play. And my mother bought the material, and my aunt, her sister, made our clothes.
Wow.
And then I had one cousin, a first cousin, that was an only child, and she passed her clothes down. Boy, I was so happy because she had pretty nice clothes. But then as time progressed, getting into the 40s, then I worked, and you had a little bit more money. I can remember I used to, my mother always when we'd go out on Saturday night, Ruby and I, my sister, she'd always have a warm brick in the wintertime at the foot of our bed. And that felt so good.
Wow.
And I'd always, from whatever job I was working, cleaning for people or what, I always give her a little bit. And always that made her so happy. Because she didn't have it.
Sure.
I was with 7 kids.
What's some of the best advice you can give us about marriage?
Well, just
Putting
tell your
God,
wife you love her and stuff like that every day. Don't pass it up ever.
putting God first in your life.
That's right.
If you
That's
if
right.
you
You're
have
right,
God
Ruth.
in your life,
Yeah.
you're gonna make it no matter
Don't miss a prayer.
how tough it is, because you're gonna put your trust and faith in Him.
Well, that's like me, you know. I put my trust in the Lord. And towards the end there, well, I was in the service, of course. And my wife talked me into, I asked her if I should stay in, you know, longer. And she said, no, you should be going, getting out. Well, my crew stayed in, and they were all killed. So that goes to show you that.
Your wife gave you good advice.
You bet, you bet. They all died. There's a bunch of them in that plane, too. I forget the name of it even anymore.
It's a crazy story.
Yeah, it was a big plane.
What do either of you most remember about your parents and what was important to them?
That they were Christians, for number one.
Yeah.
And they never swear or anything like that, you know. They always relied on the Lord. They were both hard workers. And they loved their kids. Made sure they done the right thing. Sometimes I kind of wondered away a little.
My dad, he had a sense of humor, and he always told his kids, he says, never once did our home ever smell, you know, because there was always a baby for many years, so there was 7 of us. And, but my mother always got up about 4 o'clock in the morning to start her washing and her cleaning and all that.
4 a.m.?
4
Wow.
o'clock in the morning. Because she said she didn't have any interruptions, that everybody was asleep, and she could get her work done without interruptions. So that's how she did it.
It's amazing.
My dad was a trucker, so he was gone, you know, most of the time working. But my mother loved flowers. She loved flowers.
Yeah, I was born on 1012 Garfield Street, and from there on, all kinds of things happened. Yeah.
What are just a few words that you guys could describe each other?
Mary's.
What to me?
Yeah, how would you describe Grandma?
I got a wonderful wife.
That's right.
Yeah, I do. She's a Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope to be in heaven with her and the rest of the family.
We don't say we hope, we say we
We
know
will.
we're going to be. Harry is a loving, kind husband, family man, deep Christian.
Yeah.
And
Funny.
he is the best. I remember Connie used to say, and Kathy, they never would get married until they found a man like their dad.
Mm.
Of course, you know Connie was her daddy's little girl.
Yes.
And
She's the first
that's
one to grow.
okay. That's okay.
That's tough.
She was a sweetie.
Yeah. It was the hardest one too.
Tell us about Mom. Tell us some things that you remember. This is going off of my list here. What are some things you remember about Mom?
Me?
Yeah, either one of you.
She never knew.
Well, she's a pretty good dancer. That I know.
We never knew what she was gonna pull, what she was gonna
Oh,
do.
our
She
mothers,
never-
you mean?
No,
No.
Connie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not Connie. She was funny.
Yeah, she was.
She was kind. She was very loving. Very family oriented.
Our kids were, you told them to do something, they'd do it. You know, they didn't hee-haw around about it or anything. You told them to shovel the snow. They'd get out there and shovel the
Right.
snow and whatever we told them to do.
She was a lot like her dad in this respect. Why nobody ever better say anything about my kids.
Right. That's right.
They can say anything else, but not about my kids.
Yep. Sometimes they said the wrong thing to me. I was ready to fight.
Great.
Thinking back, what are the 3 best decisions you've ever made?
Oh, one's her. Number one, probably. Well, we got a lot of things that we're happy about. We started, like this home here, of course. And another home we was in. And
My best decision, I think, was deciding you were the one. And then everything all fell together because he was a family man, he was a great father, and he loved the Lord, he was a Christian. And those were important things to me. Because the Lord has really blessed us. So many things.
oh, we're still kicking.
Going
Not too many people are 94 or so.
Going from John F. Kennedy, the president, to possibly Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, what are your thoughts about this crazy election?
Well, actually, I'm for Trump. You know, and most people aren't. You know, they're for somebody else. But I was there when Trump tried to speak the first time, and they had all those people in there hollering every time he tried to say something, and that made my mind. I'm gonna vote for him, and I still am.
The biggest thing I don't like is the way they mouth each other.
Okay.
They say such.
It's going.
What was your favorite thing about getting married?
Favorite thing about getting married, you say? Well, we got married and had a bunch of children. That's my favorite thing. Yeah, and I have a lot of people that are related to me, just like you, and I don't know how many people we're all related to, but yeah.
Well, my favorite thing was Grandpa was a faithful man, a Christian man,
Yeah,
very loving man,
we got in the right place for sure.
and the Lord was always in our life.
Another question.
Okay, so
Do you want to ask about their work?
I already did that question today.
But it wasn't on recording.
Oh, so what? We gotta do this question over. So, what was your favorite thing to do at work?
At work?
What kind of work did you do?
What?
What kind of work did you do?
I was a tool and die
and
maker.
what was your favorite thing
Mhm.
at work?
And I taught it too. I was a teacher. And what else did I do, Ruth? I did a lot
You
of things.
taught it. You went to trade school and taught there,
Yeah,
and you worked at Elgin,
yeah.
and you worked at Wesleyan for 19 years.
Yeah,
You really liked that job and the people.
yeah.
Mm.
They were all educated people, you know, way up. Yeah. Of course, I slipped away.
And I cleaned people's homes, worked at Hovland Swanson for probably almost 30 years. And worked in the store. There was 4 women and 2 men that cleaned the store before it opened, and it was a great place to work.
Yeah.
Grandpa, with your dad being a policeman, did that make you have to be a good boy?
My dad being a policeman?
Yeah.
Well, naturally. I slip something over on him every now and then. Tell you the truth. He didn't know about it. But he was a great policeman. He was sergeant, you know, so he's up there. I got a picture of him around here somewhere. He's a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
He could have took me so easy to leave, like he'd be wrestling with a rabbit out here or something, you know.
That's fun.
But I thought I was a pretty tough guy.
I bet. Okay, guys.
Mommy, it's my turn to ask questions.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so what was your favorite thing when you guys were be able to drive a car?
What was your favorite thing to do when they were driving a car?
Be able to once you were done learning how to drive a car, what was your favorite thing to do?
On the first car, I didn't ask anybody.
Grandpa.
I don't know if I had any favorite things because I was married and had 4 children when I learned to drive. And Grandpa and the kids would take me out to the fairgrounds and they'd all get out of the car and let me drive around because there wasn't much I could hit out there. Then they made me drive down Holdridge Street. All of them were in the car, but he made me get behind the wheel. I was scared to death, but I made
She's a
it.
great driver.
That's awesome. That's great. Do you have one more, Ruby?
I think I was in one of those accidents in my life.
Wait,
It
why
wasn't
you?
anything real serious.
I don't know. Whatever you want. Go ahead.
What was your favorite thing to do when you were a little kid, when you were doing imagination, like dressing up or anything like that? What was your favorite thing to do when you were a kid, but dress up?
I loved to play with my dolls. I loved my dolls. But I only had one doll. Dolls. But that was the big time, and we lived out in the country, and we had a wooded area, and we mark off places. This is our living room. This was our kitchen. Ruby and George and Mary and I, and then we play house.
Grandma, tell us about your favorite games that you'd play outside when you were a kid.
Oh, you chose sides, so many on a side, and then half you'd be on one side of the house and half on the other. And you'd have a ball, and you'd throw it over the house, and you'd say, Andy, Andy, over. And if they couldn't catch it, they'd holler, pig's tail, and then the other side got the point. And that was a fun game.
Grandpa.
And hide and go seek, I loved hide and go
Oh,
seek.
that's right.
Well, what if you didn't make it over?
Then you lost the point. The
Well,
other
if
team got it.
if the ball landed on top of the roof, how would you get it down?
I don't know, we really never had that problem.
We used to play in the street a lot.
What did you do? Use a ladder?
No, we never
Play
did get lose our
paddle,
ball or get
football.
stuck. Because the
We
roof
just passed it
slanted.
to the
They
people on our
slanted.
side.
They went up here and then we could just roll back down.
The police stopped
Okay,
us
so
a couple
if it
times.
fell on the
We always got
top
back
of the
out
roof,
there.
it would just kind of bounce off.
He couldn't show
Oh
them
yeah,
those.
just let it just fall on down.
Okay.
Grandpa, tell us about your pigeons.
Well, the pigeons were wonderful. Yeah. I don't know how many I had. I really had a bunch of them, though. I suppose I probably had 15 of them or 20. I don't
Tell her
know.
about your trip to Garland.
Oh, yeah. I went to
were
Garland.
thick.
I took one bird along and I let him out and he beat me home.
That's crazy.
And Garland's way off, you know. Yeah. I flew them from a lot of different places, and they were great. I entered them in
State Fair.
state fair and stuff like
And
that.
ribbons.
Won some prizes, you know, on them. Yeah, that's a great bird for any kid to have, or raise or have fun with. They don't cost too much, just bird feed,
Sure.
you know.
Okay.
Dinner.
Yep. What are you looking forward to when you go to heaven?
meeting the Lord.
To see my
Did-
sister
did all.
Sunshine.
Meeting the Lord and seeing all our family and all our friends, seeing all our loved ones.
Yep.
No more pain, no more nothing. Just happiness.
Well, he's treated us pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't hardly wait to see Connie.
Right.
What is a message you'd like to share with the family? If there was one thing to say, what would you say?
Always stay in the Lord. If you have the Lord, you've got everything. I mean, he'll work things out for you. Just put your trust and your faith in Him. And sure, there's going to be rough times, but that just makes you stronger and put more trust and faith in Him. He sure brought me through cancer. I'm one of His miracles. Wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for Him. He brought me through all of it. Still does. My favorite verse is, "Never will I leave thee, never will I forsake thee." Hebrews 13:5.
Awesome.
That's taken me through my cancer, my knee surgeries, our difficulties, everything. That's a great
Awesome.
verse.
That's great. Well, thank you for doing this for us. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or have we
This
covered?
was fun. And thank you, Ruby and Emily.
Thank you.
I can turn off. I can stop it,
Yeah.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Want me to stop it?
I love you.
Okay, so how do I stop it?